You all remember Lord Adonis, don't you? Yes, the guy who, since the 2016 Brexit referendum, slightly went crazy. We used to kind of respect him for a Labour politician who was always wrong about everything. At least he was always sensible, he was always very measured. Yet, this was a guy who came out, started to spread lies about Brexit and Brexiteers. Well, he took a break for a while. Also, he blocked me on Twitter, so I couldn't really see what he was saying for a while. He's back. He's back with more fake news. This time about Zac Goldsmith. I can't believe this guy's going to make me defend Zac Goldsmith. Andrew Adonis tweeted, do you remember Brexiteers telling us in 2016 that they wanted to pump raw sewage into rivers and the sea as a Brexit dividend for the private water companies? Okay, Andrew. And he says that's what the Etonian Brexiteer, Zac Goldsmith, is proposing in the House of Lords today. And he calls himself Green. Right, get ready for this. He's going to make me defend Zac. That's going to be fun. Zac Goldsmith with his green crap stuff that he always talks about. This time, actually, Goldsmith himself stood up for what he was actually doing. No, Brexiteers and Brexit did not propose anything like this. This was a lie, and it was already proven that it was a lie. This policy has nothing to do with any of the pumping any raw sewage into anything for private water contracts. Unless you're reading The Guardian, then maybe you might believe that. But Zac Goldsmith had a comeback.
So with respect, I'm going to say that when the noble Lord Adonis, who is in his place, engaged yesterday in an orgy of tweets telling his followers, quote, Zac Goldsmith has proposed pumping raw sewage into rivers and seas. When he said, quote, or described, Zac Goldsmith's plans to allow water companies to pump raw sewage into rivers and the sea, he was spreading a malicious falsehood. Now, over the course...
Firstly, when you look at Adonis's face there, it's absolute shameless. But that's, has always been, that's his tactic in politics. Every single debate, that's just he's got that sort of mannerism, or lack of it. Zac Goldsmith, on the other hand, he did have a good comeback, and it's going to continue. We're going to show you the rest of it. The problem with Zac is that he's just not very convincing. That's why he lost the election in 2016 to Sadiq Khan in London. But he's a very measured guy. I disagree with him on a number of policies, especially on environment, but at least he's a Brexiteer, and at least, he's trying to represent the correct side of the Brexit side of the government. We'll see how it continues, because we're having a lot of issues right now with the European Union, and then Lord Adonis and Femi and all their friends every now and then come back, tweet something, and all the left-wing press and media pay them attention. I know we're not supposed to give them airtime, but every now and then when they spread fake news, it's my job to fix that fake news.
Of course, it is a disgrace, and I'm glad for that reassuring remark from behind. Over the course of dozens of tweets, he was trying to make his, let's face it, not always balanced Twitter followers believe something about me and the government that is simply not true, and which he knows to be untrue. Indeed, by suggesting we're making it easier for companies to pollute our waters, he was spreading a grotesque inversion of the truth. Now, I understand why he's done so.
So this is actually going to be interesting, because he's going to get into Lord Adonis. People like him who still have a position of power and a platform. Words do matter. Rhetoric, less so, but in terms of what you say, in terms of spreading some sort of information that could be misinformation, that does matter. I don't really care if you're right-wing or left-wing. Every time someone does it, you have to come out and call them out. Zac Goldsmith was essentially pointing out the fact that Andrew Adonis, throughout his career, apart from the fact that when he was part of the Labour government, he was pretty quiet, because that was his job, to not say much, especially when it was dealing with the transport policies. But overall, since Brexit, he's been one of the few Remaoners, the top Remaoners, including people like Michael Heseltine and John Major, who not just have been having meltdowns. I don't really care about that. Yes, it's a very emotional topic. Feel free to be upset that you lost the vote, but don't spread fake news. That's what he was doing, and this is where Goldsmith is going to point out the problem with Andrew Adonis.
With the environment, an issue he has almost no record on whatsoever. It's about wanting people to believe that Brexit means more sewage in our waters. Now, he knows this is not true. This is a matter of fact, not a matter of opinion. But he also knows that because of his position, many will believe him, and some will be driven into a frenzy of rage, as we've seen, a rage based on a blatant untruth. Now, the noble Lord may have...
That's the thing. So you have a lot of course, naive Remaoners, younger people who have been brainwashed by the Federalists and by the globalists who have been funding the Remain campaign, and they continue to fund the Rejoin campaign. And also people like Adonis, people like Steve Bray, who stands outside Parliament still for absolutely no reason, shouts stop Brexit even though Brexit was done, a while ago. These people are still being funded by big money. And they're not even hiding it. If you talk to Steve Bray, he was very open about the fact that, of course, that's his job now. Is apparently political activism is now a job. So, and he's not doing much. He's not really an intellectual debater. Adonis pretends to be an intellectual debater, but if you actually were that intellectual, you would not try to find fake news, not even semi-fake news, actual fake news, and give it to your supporters, knowing that you're going to be brainwashed and knowing that you're going to use that anger against the opposite side.
Distraction by Brexit, but he's not a stupid person. He wants his words to have consequences. And so I say that in this debate on sewage, the noble lord has absolutely covered himself in the stuff, and I say shame on him.
So that was the whole point of it. The end was a final shot. I actually absolutely love that. That, he knows that his words matter. He knows he's lying and he's doing it on purpose, and it's absolute full of sewage. And so, well done, Zac Goldsmith. And well done for getting me to defend you for once in a long time. Because on everything else, I completely disagree with you. But thanks again for watching. On the main channel, myotc.co.uk, today we analyse Rishi Sunak's budget announcement under our Westminster Roundup episode with Peter Barnes, our political editor. So definitely check out the link in the description. Join the channel, become a member, and I'll see you guys there on my Tousi. And we are the media.